Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing great. Notice came a short period, but we need to do this so that we get this off our. So my name is Rex Rodasa, and I welcome you all to the vetting of the aspirants for the whole provincial WOCOM. And before we continue, I'd like to hear from each of you so that I know that you are online. So what she has done so far.
How will I rate the administration? So I wouldn't say that I knew all her policies. So I can't really say that because of or like due to her policies or based on her policies, she was able to perform like 8% of her tasks or her responsibilities or the goals she set. So, but like based on the things I saw that they did, I think they really did well.
Okay. Who is the current WOCOM?
WOCOM, as in the federal WOCOM?
No, the provincial WOCOM.
Honorable Apoku Vivian.
What has she done that you can tell me that this work was done by Apoku Vivian? So I'm going to be assuming the office.
Yeah. Okay. Personally, I've not seen one. I don't know of any.
So if I tell you to give her a score out of 10, what score would you give her?
Her score out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, as I said, I haven't seen what she has done. Probably she has done stuff, but yeah, I haven't seen.
Score her for me.
Okay, based on what I know, I score like 2 out of 10.
Okay.
Yes.
Very well. Honorable members, please, you can take over from here. Hello, honorable members, please, you can take over.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I hope I'm audible. Hope you can hear me.
Yes, please.
Okay, great. So I think I have about 2 questions for you. And my line of questioning would be in relation to necessarily how some skills that you have over the years may one way or the other have like some impact, assuming you should become the next provincial WOCOM.
Sorry, please.
I was saying that. So I just want to ask you specific questions, things that you have on your CV, okay? And then I just want to assess how necessarily those skills have prepared you to occupy the office of a women's commissioner. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, in your CV, you say that you were a section leader at Presbyterian Model School. Can you?
Yes, please.
Nathan, I see Nathan. Nathaniel. Hello.
Can you just like throw more light on what a sectional leader does?
Okay.
Please, am I still audible?
Your line was breaking.
Yes. We lost you at the point.
Oh, okay. So I was just saying that you'd mentioned that you were a sectional prefect, right?
Yes, please.
So my first question is, sectional prefect, what was your?
Okay. So in my school, the entire school was divided into sections.
Okay.
Okay, so the entire school was divided into sections. So every section has 2 leaders. So it was more or less like a house prefect, just that it wasn't really a boarding school. So in the morning, you make sure that your section is well kept, your section is cleaned, and all that. So let's say after the work, yeah. So that was basically it.
Okay. Okay, great. So basically, what one skill, just one skill, do you think you had gotten from being a sectional leader And how does that prepare you to be the next WOCOM should you be elected?
Okay. So with the section leader, you work with a whole lot of people based on ranking from juniors to even your mates. So from juniors to seniors. So one skill like by this how to work with people, even like when you are your mates or even when you are in the same stage or same class with them. So based on this, being a WOCOM, I think let's say even if your mates commits an offense or your mate does something which is not really in line with the rules of the school, you can still approach the person and talk to the person.
Okay, based on this question or something, depending on the answer you give. So based on this last question, okay,
Okay.
let's go to dressing. Do you think ladies in US,
Yes.
okay, in terms of their dressing, do you think they dress appropriately to campus? Yes or no?
Um, I wouldn't say yes. Like some do.
Okay. Do you personally know any of these ladies, or have you personally approached any of these ladies who pair your criteria you think had not dressed well to come?
Approached
Yes,
directly.
yes.
No, please. No, please.
Why? Why? Because as an aspiring WOCOM, there, at least you should be able to, certain things. If ladies are doing things that's necessary or was necessary.
Not like I didn't think it was necessary, but most of the time I was seeing them, I wasn't really aspiring for position. And also the ones that I saw, let's say they were in my class, but they were reported to our HOD. And
Okay, so based on
some
the
of
second
the
answer, because you're not running, sorry, when I cut you short, it's not because you are wrong. It means that I've gotten the answer I want. I want to move on. Okay. So it means
okay.
that until you get a position as a WOCOM, there are certain things you feel you cannot do as a normal student. Is that what you're trying to say?
What I'm saying is, as at the time I saw, like, let's say 200 there.
Yes, I know, but as a potential leader, you've been a leader before. Section you are rating your colleagues. So as a potential, leader, you could have, office before you can do anything.
No. As at the time that I decided to approach, they told me that one female lecturer had already spoken to them, and the woman even came say it in our class.
Okay, sure. So, pardon members, I think I'm done. Maybe probably the rest can take over.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please, I'll be asking you questions on your knowledge on the Constitution and also your policy. I don't know if you've been asked to do this already, but I would like you to get up so that we look at your appearance, please. If you've done that, so pardon me, and can you get up, please? Okay.
Your camera.
Okay, so
I can't see
you kindly take your
below.
seat. The camera.
Yeah, the camera. I didn't see from me down.
Your camera was only from your waist upwards. He couldn't see down. That's what he was asking.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
So I think, Honorable, it's fine. So please, can you take your seat? Okay, to start with my question, I think you earlier said that you can't pinpoint anything that the current provincial.
I said I don't know
Yeah,
of
oh, I
any.
said you can't
Yes,
pinpoint. So I wanted to know if I'm correct.
yes, please.
But you could tell us certain things the federal WOCOM has done, right?
Yes,
Okay. So when I cut you short, it's not because I'm fighting you, but I've gotten the answer I need so that other members can continue with their discussion. I hope we are clear on that.
yes, please.
Okay. So then your policies that you have done, I tell you that these policies cannot be fulfilled, having that they can't pinpoint anything that the whole province, which WOCOM has done. So with your policy also, you can't fulfill your policy. Am I right to say that?
No,
So what are you going to do so that your policies can be fulfilled?
what am I going to do so that my policies can be
Yeah,
fulfilled?
because she also came with policies, but you can't pinpoint anything that is attributed to her work.
Yes.
So I'm putting to you that you also have policies, but at the end of the term of office, you can't do anything for anyone to associate that with you. Am I right to say that?
No, you are not.
So what are you going to do for us to see that your works among the students, for your students to see that you are working? What are you going to do differently from her?
Oh, like, okay, I'm actually going to do my policies, like, actually going to implement them.
But you are working with the federal WOCOM, and you saw that every attention was given to her in terms of finance and other things. And the other WOCOM, well, you said it was even a committee. That means that the other WOCOM, which is a provincial WOCOM, were supporting her. And they were putting the agenda of the power. Your agenda is your policies are going to be put aside and to focus on achieving the policies of the federal WOCOM. That is what's going to happen to you also. Am I right to say that?
No. So, like, that's why, let's say, she is a federal, the person, let's say, the person I'm going to work with is going to be a federal, I'm going to be a provincial. I'm supposed to work in my province. So, let's say if anything is going to be done in Hope or like on a whole campus, it's going to be my policies. You understand? And she also has policies, probably for both campuses or only for the whole province. So in that case, we combine our policies to implement them.
But she is coming to drive her policies. And I've seen her policy, I've seen their policy. I think there are two people vying for the position, and I have seen yours. There are some differences which she might decide to go for hers and leave yours. So then she's not going to focus on your policies or even give attention to you. So your work or your policies that you've written are not going to be achieved. I'm putting to you.
Okay, that's why I'm saying that let's say the office of the WOCOM is a single office comprising of the federal, the provincial, and other executives. So if we are combining our policies to implement that, I'm not sure that there's going to be any difference that I'm implementing mine when I'm done. You're going to implement yours. But like if let's say we agree that when we implement one of yours, we implement one of mine. That way, I'm sure like there's going to be like the work is going to be done.
But do you know that are you a parliamentarian? If you are voted into office, are you a parliamentarian?
If I'm voted into office, am I a parliamentarian? Or are you asking currently if I'm a parliamentarian?
When you are voted into office, that means if you become the
no.
Okay, so that means that she is coming to parliament with the policies to come and seek for funds, isn't it?
Yes.
So what if I don't buy into your policy and you're saying that I'm the leader of the WOCOM, don't agree with your policy? You're saying one, I do mine one, I also do yours one. and I don't agree, I want to fulfill my promises, will I work to Parliament for it to discuss to achieve funds, to obtain funds for you?
Okay, so per what I know, I was supposed to implement my policies in my province, like that's in whole. So like if she wants to implement her policies or if she wants to, excuse me, please, did you say something?
Oh, I'm listening.
So I'm supposed to implement my policies in whole. So like Arshata is
You can
definitely going to
continue.
be done. Yes. So as I said, I'm supposed to implement my policies in my province. So that's, I'm sure it's definitely going to be done.
As a provincial women's commissioner, what's your source of authority? Article or which chapter?
Okay, so there's for the provincial WOCOM, there's Article 29, and for the WOCOM in general, there's.
Let's maintain Article 29, please. Okay. Let's maintain Article 29. Are we okay with that?
Yes, please.
So Article 29, I just want to know in all campuses, who shall, your first duty stated over there is to assist the federal WOCOM in her duties. And the second one is to be a leader. So your first priority as a women's commissioner for whole campus is to assist her and not about going about with your policy. Commissioner to assist the federal women's commissioner. Your policies that you have said you're going to fulfill cannot be achieved because your whole mandate and your whole purpose is to support her.
Okay, so like I understand I'm supposed to support her, but it doesn't mean I'm not supposed to have my own policies. That's it.
Okay, so there's one policy of yours which I want us to talk about.
Okay.
One policy which talks about women empowerment. And this policy, I'm not saying it's word by word, but there's an idea of this policy in one of the federal women's commissioner, the policy they brought to bring the leaders, as in the school management leaders, the VC and the registrar and the dean of students to come and empower women in terms of career guidance, and also to tell women that you also have policy number 1, which is women empowerment. Isn't it?
Yes.
So if this program is isn't it?
If this program is
organized, who then will be in the name of the federal?
It will be in both our names. It will be like just the one office of the WOCOM. We don't necessarily need to differentiate that from the whole province or like from the federal WOCOM. It can just be in the name of the WOCOM.
So then, the whole provincial women's commissioner had policies which were the same as that of the current federal women's commissioner, so that when it was achieved, both of them had done it. So you can't say that she has not done anything.
Oh, okay. That's why I first said that I don't really know her policies, so I can't really tell if she did what she was supposed to do or she didn't. But based on what I saw, like everything was.
Yeah, but you are part of a committee, the Women's Commission.
Yes.
And the other committee, the other provincial women's commissioners, isn't it?
Not really. I wouldn't really say it like that.
It's a commission, isn't it? You just said the commission is made up of the federal, the provincial, and other people, isn't
Yes.
it? And you are a member.
Yes.
So then it means that you are working with these people. So you're supposed to actually see what goes on among them, isn't
That's
it?
not how it actually works. Their policies are
So then I want
um,
no, because if can I ask a question first? And I want you to try and
yes,
answer for me to get. Can I?
sure.
So you are at a place where you wish to
Yes.
be. And in that place, you couldn't see the policies of the whole provincial WOCOM being materialized. And now you are coming to a new administration where you are going to take that position.
Yes.
And you found out that her policies were not, and so sure that yours will be materialized. Isn't that what you mean?
Yes. Yes, please.
But the federal will also.
Okay. Okay. But like, okay, excuse me to say this, but you see, there are people who actually come into power and don't really work. You understand?
So are you saying that might be the case?
yes,
That might. I'm not saying that might be the
that
case.
might be a case.
So that's why I asked you earlier that what are you going to do different so that your policies will be materialized? I can't remember I asked this question earlier.
Yes. And
Didn't
if you
I?
remember, I said like I'm actually
So I'm back to my
implement,
question
like,
again.
yes. And when you asked, the first thing I said was I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to implement the policies and work towards them.
Hello. Please,
But she carried.
I have a minute. And I have something to chip in for just a minute.
Okay, you can continue. You can go ahead.
Okay. So, Christabel or Christiana, the name is Christiana, right?
Yes, please.
Okay. What we are doing, we are not rich hunting you, or we are not trying to put you at a tight spot. Averagely, you are the only aspirant for that portfolio, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
So it means that your chances for of getting of passing this vetting is very high because you are the only aspirant, and you are the only one we are vetting tonight. You see, what we are looking for is not to say that you can do it or not. We want a clear evidence. So we want a practical something that you are going to do, not just that you are going to do what you say you are going to do. We want a clear path. Okay, so I'm going to institute a board. I'm going to do this. I'm going to look for this finance. I'm going to have this. I have this sponsorship. That means that when I come, I'm going to tap from this. I hope you are getting what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So we want an assurance that we can hold their accountability as our topmost priority. And we are looking for a system where you can use our resources meticulously. I hope you are getting it.
Yes, please.
So I don't enjoy your answers that you are given to Honorable Ejari's question. So I would want you to frame them well. I hope you are getting it so that you can, it's not just about answering the question, but it's about answering them well. So give us a clear evidence, something that we can hold on, something that is above reasonable doubt. I hope I'm making sense.
Yes, please.
Very good. Okay, thank you very much. Honorable, please, you can continue.
Thank you very much. So, Miss Christiana,
Yes.
I want you to mention two other members of the Women's Commission team, apart from the Women's Commissioner and the federal and the two provincial Women's Commissioners. Any other for this current administration for which you are part of? Can you mention any two other people who are part of that commission?
Yeah. Okay. So
You're not part. You're not part. So two other.
the other person vying for the federal provincial WOCOM Ivy Adu, yes, and Bonaki. Like I actually don't know their full names. Just yeah.
Okay. So the two that you mentioned, can you tell me the programs they are offering?
Yes. I think midwifery. Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah, I think so. I know they are in Sona. So like I don't really know. Yeah.
You think they're in Sonam?
Yes, please.
Okay. So I think that these people were brought on board because of the Federal Women's Commissioner. Is that so?
They were brought on board because of the Federal Women's Commissioner.
Women's Commissioner, her influence.
Oh, I can't really tell.
You can't read. But were these people close to the Federal Women's Commissioner?
Like, I don't really know her relationship with them. Or like
Oh, no, I'm not talking about how cool, but that's when it comes to their work. Were they close? Like how you were more close to the Federal Women's Commissioner in her duties and you could tell us things that she has done?
Oh, yeah, they were actually close. Sorry.
So I'm also saying again that the Federal Women's Commissioner aspirant is going to choose people that are going to help her achieve her goal and not yours. And in that case, your policies are going to be sidelined. Isn't that true?
I don't think that is true.
But you also haven't convinced me on how you are going to implement your policy.
Okay. So I spoke about the implementation of one and one, like as in when she implements one of his, that implements one of mine. And also it's something like the women empowerment. There's this program, the women in politics, which is already kind of in the pipeline. So it was supposed to be something done by the previous administration. That's from the federal WOCOM was supposed to do it in the previous administration. But because her term was coming to an end, she couldn't really do it. So I said to add it to my policies. So with something like that, we've already spoken to the NALAC people, the National Association of Local Assembly Ghana. They had a program, and then educating women to be in politics was one of them. So like we saw it interesting that we could add it, we could bring it on board in the school, we could bring it to the school to implement. So like it's going to be a 3 months maximum program, which is going to be on every Saturday. Please, are you listening?
I'm listening.
Which is going to be on every Saturday. So like in that case, if people who are interested, they more or less like sign up for it. So when you sign up, every Saturday you're supposed to be present. And then we
Miss Christina.
Yes.
I hope I told you earlier that if I catch you short, it's not because I don't like you or hate you, but because I've gotten the answer I need, right? Yes. I need it right. Okay. You are telling me how you are going to bring the policy, how you're going to implement the policy, isn't it?
Yes.
That's how you're telling me how it's going to be, how the policy is going to be materialized. That's how you're telling me.
Yes.
The processes that I've gone through and what it entails, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it so? What you're telling me? It's like how you're going to do it. So then they'll come. Yes, but I want to know how are you going to convince the Federal Women's Commissioner to buy into that idea? Because one, you're not a parliamentarian, and you're not one bringing the proposal or the budget to Parliament for discussion. So how you convince the Federal Women's Commissioner into buying this idea?
Oh, okay. So with the convincing,
that is what I'm asking.
Okay. So with the convincing part, we would have to sit down.
Okay.
And then
you that I'm also putting it to you that because you have policies will be filled. Isn't
Please,
it
your
so?
line is breaking.
Isn't that so? Because you have a good relationship with one of the federal aspirants, you are certain that your policies will materialize. Isn't that the case?
Oh no, even the other aspirants, though we're in the same committee, but like we are not really friends. I don't even. I think I've spoken to her like probably once, or we are not really that close.
So that's not a reason why you are sure the policies will come into fruition.
Oh no, that's not it.
Okay, so I said I'll ask your knowledge about the SRC constitution.
Yeah.
I did that right.
Yes, please.
Did I inform you that I will also ask you about your knowledge in the SRC constitution?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, please, you did.
I think I can't hear. I can. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Honorable Enoch, I think she has answered. She said she did, or she heard you saying that. Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Sure.
I'm Joseph. Please, you can proceed. You can proceed. You have
Okay,
questions for it.
Quick
can
one. I have
continue.
few clarification. Okay, I think Enoch Ejare is back. So
You can continue. I'll come back.
okay.
You can continue.
Okay, so I have few. Hello, Christiana.
Yeah, hello.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have few clarifications to make. You see, as a provincial WOCOM, okay, you are part of the SRC Parliament. Honorable Enoch asked you earlier whether you would be a parliamentarian, and you said no.
Oh, okay.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So you are you're a parliamentarian. So hence, you would also have the voting right to determine certain projects that should be done in your province and with the SRC's resources. I hope you are getting it.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, when you constitute a board for the women commissioner, do you get it? The women commission, you constitute a board. And what is that normally as a commission? Do you get it?
Yes.
Yeah. So during that project, during that time that you draw the project, you come together and solicit ideas, and necessarily that the federal WOCOM would impose her project on the commission. You come together and brainstorm on the project that you're supposed to do. So with that side too, you can bring in your project. I hope you are getting it.
Yes.
Very good. So having stated that, thirdly, you also have an avenue to receive part of the semesters. We call it a budget. I've forgotten the name, but we have a budget that we receive intermittently during the semester. Each province receives it. It's called administrative budget. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So with administrative budget, if you have projects that you want to do, you can see your provincial president. You sit down together, and portions of the money will be allocated for you to achieve that project that you want to do. I hope you are getting it.
Yes.
So these were the answers that we were demanding from you. Do you get it? And if you are well versed with the position that you are going for, this should be on your fingertips. These are the simple answers we were looking for with the questions that we were asking you about how to implement the project. What measures are you going to put in place to make sure that your projects are achieved? So I think it's important that you note this so that with the dispensation of your duties, you would be able to distinguish your left from your right. Okay, having stated that, I have only one question to ask you, and I want you to listen to it attentively. I hope you're getting it.
Yes, please.
Okay, it's a technical question. There's no right or wrong. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay. So as in your capacity as the provincial women commissioner, you would be part of certain associations that are national associations. I hope you are getting it, because you are executive in your institution.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Can you mention any two of such bodies that you'll be part of?
I should mention any
Two of such bodies that you'll be part of.
Did you say two?
Yes, only two.
Okay. So, I think National Association of Women Commissioners in like as institutions.
We have something called National Association of Women Commissioners.
No, but like as in institutions, the WOCOM is there.
Do you understand my question?
No. He said that.
Okay, so it's fine. If you don't understand, it's fine. We have USAC. You can be part of USAC. Do you get it? The USAC Senate. You are part of the USAC Senate by virtue of your executive position.
Okay.
And you are also part of the NUCS. I think the Congress. You make up the Congress. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, UHAS is a young university. This is my question. The first one I asked was just a follow-up to this one. Now, UHAS is a young institution. Are you listening?
Yes.
And it is now growing its SRC. Nonetheless, there is a need for us coming from our school and other
national
national executives, people from UHAS taking up portfolios in the national associations. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So something like USAC like this, we need somebody from UHAS to go for USAC president, to go for USAC secretary and all those positions. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Yes. And as a WOCOM, UHAS has a higher female to male ratio.
Yeah.
So it's very plausible to have more students being females.
Yes.
And the whole province or the whole campus makes up the largest campus. I hope you know that.
Yeah.
You have about 6,000 to 1,000 students, 1,000 in Hohol, 6,000 in whole. That is per the current year. So it means that you have access to more women and have influence over more women. So as a member of the USAC Senate, how are you going to empower the females or empower your fellow students to take up positions in the national association? Do you understand the question now?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So just give me a clear way you do that.
Okay. So even as part of my policies, there's women empowerment, and one of the duties of the WOCOM is to help to raise the self-esteem and then the self-confidence of students, and also one of the roles or like the duties of the WOCOM is to.
Hello, Christiana.
Yes.
I know you are intelligent, and the panelists, we are also intelligent. Do you get it?
Yes.
It is safe to say that I haven't thought about it, and I'll look at it later so that we move on. I hope that.
Okay, so like I just wanted to attempt.
Okay, so if you want to just go straight to the point. We know people are empowered. We know females are empowered. You yourself, you are empowered. That's why you're coming for this position. But we don't see you going for USAC position. You are coming for provincial. So empowerment, how does that relate to going for portfolios at the national level? That is what we are looking at. So okay, maybe at the national level, this is what I'm going to do, and it will make it like this. But if you talk about empowerment in general, majority of the students are empowered, and they are not focusing on the national positions. They are looking for SRC and NUCs. Others are looking for association positions. But I'm talking specifically about national positions. So how are you going to make sure that the average UHA student is focusing or targeting such positions? And do you even know the hindrances to getting that position?
Okay, so that's why I'm saying that something like this, before you can even ask a person to go for such positions, the person must be interested in the position, even in the first place. So, like, you can help. So, like, you need to help boost the confidence of the person and also help push the person at the national level with because you're already there. And
How
also,
would you?
yes. Okay, so one, I'm like, maybe if I am voted into power, I will already be there. And most of the executives in your house will also be there. So like pushing the person with her influence at the top place is going to help the person get there.
How would you push the like? You are still not giving me the answer. How would you do it? So it's not about there. You are just giving me scenarios that you would influence a person. You would do this. Those are abstract words. How are you going to do that? How are you going to influence the person? How? I just want the practicability of what you are talking about.
Yes. So through these programs or like through some of the policies, like let's say the women empowerment like this, it's going to help them. You understand? Even like women in politics like this, it's going to like inculcate into the females the spirit to even take up leadership positions. You understand? So like even
Yes,
if
leadership
also
position, I
like
agree.
if I am up there, please are you saying something?
I said in leadership positions, I agree. My main concern is with national positions. So if you're talking about leadership position, it's vague. Like we agree, but how will you direct it to the national positions?
How like direct into that's why I'm saying like pushing the person up there. So let's
How will
say
you push
if,
the
if
person?
yes, so if let's say I get to the national position, let's say I get to the national place, and then I am able to
You are
do
not at
my
the
work.
national place, so you are just a provincial WOCOM
And
who
I'm part
happens to be a member
a
of
member.
the user set.
So as I'm saying, let's say if I get there and let's say I am able to perform or like able to let's say I'm influential at the top place.
So
Like
you are
I
saying
can
that
even recommend
you can recommend a position.
yes.
Hey, do you know the power you have as a senate? You recommend somebody to be the USAC president.
Not necessarily. That's why like you talk to people. You understand?
Okay. It's fine. The only thing I was thinking you would say is that majority of the students are not even aware that there are positions like this. So first, the power you have is to educate them. You see, it's not any abstract thing. You just educate them. When you educate them at an early stage, in level 100, you educate them that we have positions at the national level. You sack this and this, and these are the portfolios, and these are the duties that you are assigned, and these are the benefits. It will motivate majority of them to take up such positions. And when you feed them with timely information, I think it would also help them. Majority of the students don't even get involved. I hope I get it.
Yeah.
So I'm advising you that when you come into power or when you come into office, try and coordinate with the other university bodies. Do you get it? When there's a Senate meeting, when there are positions, when there are committees like this, you educate your people that, oh, there's something called USAG Secretary for Press, Secretary for this, and it doesn't require much resources. So this and this and this and this and this are what you are supposed to do in order to qualify for such positions. I hope you are getting it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think my other panelists would take over.
Okay. All right. Madam Christina,
Yes, please.
how do you do?
How do you do?
So anytime you go for vetting, okay, sometimes some questions will be asked. Um, it's not all the questions that you'll be able to answer. Some of the questions will be very challenging. And then there's nothing wrong with you saying that, okay, I think it's new to me. You go and then make your research on it later. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So sometimes, in case someone asks you a question during a vetting and you think you are not clear with the question, I think the best thing to do is to just let the question slide. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have some two questions, and then you are a student in New House for 3 years now. I'm sure correct. And then very soon, if you are able to pass this vetting successfully, and then you win the election, you are going to be the next provincial WOCOM. So I want to ask you, let's say now you are the WOCOM, okay, and then a friend comes to you that, okay, the name I came to the school with, maybe I'm called Adra Mensa. I'm now in level 200. I want to change my name. Okay. As the WOCOM, okay, what advice would you give to that your friend? I hope you got my question.
Yes, please.
Okay. So what would be your response? What would be your response to the to that your friend? She wants to change her name or he wants to
Okay,
change the name. So
okay. So, in the first place, I'll tell the person to hold on and stick to the name. Because when you read a student handbook or based on the student handbook and like what you were told when we came to level 100, they told us that you can't change your name when you are in school or like any other documents that has been recorded already.
okay, all right. I think that's fine. That's all what I need. That's very good. The next question is you are the WOCOM, and then all of a sudden you see some entities, some people on campus taking money from people, which you don't know. You asked maybe some of your colleagues, they said they know nothing about those people collecting money from students. As the WOCOM, what would you do?
Okay, so with that one, I know that other people or like external bodies or even students are not supposed to take money from other students without any higher authority or like without any permission. So you ask and see if they have a permit to collect the money and what they're going to use the money even for in the first place. So if they don't have any permit or like they don't have any reason for taking the money, then report to a higher authority, like maybe the dean of students or something.
Okay, all right. I think I've gotten the answer. So it's like if you see some member from outside, okay, taking money from students, that is unlawful. You just have to seek for the person's licenses. You ask for the person's license or any other valid authority from the person that gives the person authority to take such money from the people. I think that's fine. That's very good. Okay, I'm done. My other. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Miss Christiana.
Please, I'm here.
Right. So I'll be taking you through current affairs.
Okay.
All right. Sure. What is the name of the lady who won Ghana's Most Beautiful? the just ended one. I think last time.
Quintea or Miss Thea.
I think I would prefer a full name, please.
That I don't know.
Okay. All right. That is fine. Who is the Prime Minister of Israel?
Please, I don't know.
Okay. Let's come.
Panelist. Yeah, we can do.
Fine, sir.
All right, sure. So let's come to Ghana, please. Honorable members, I believe that you know why we are doing this. Recently,
Oh,
we were
yeah,
accused
for
of not
sure.
acting.
Yes.
That is how come up very. Yes. I believe that she has been current with issues concerning you her, so she should have gotten herself abreast with it. Correct. So what is happening in Ghana currently?
What is happening in Ghana currently?
Hello, Miss.
Yes, please.
What is anything currently happening in Ghana that
Um,
eh,
the dollar in the city is always increasing. That's I know.
please, I think my network kindly take that again. What is happening in Ghana currently?
Yeah, I said inflation rates.
Inflation rate. What about the inflation rate?
So the things are becoming more expensive and like things are increasing and the dollar too is becoming like as it is increasing based on the Ghana cities. Like $1 is like 10 cities and some coins.
Okay. Who is the Minister for Gender and Children Affairs for Women?
As in the main
Yes.
currently is Nana Oyelita.
Right. Then my final question for current affairs. Which lady has been sacked or has been asked to leave her position as a minister?
Gloria Safo.
Please.
Honorable Gloria Safo.
Okay. All right. That's fine. All right. So my last question, it's not about current affairs, but I want to know, do you think that Miss You has outlived its essence on campus, as in the UHAS fraternity, in the UHAS community? Do you think that number one, this and the entire beauty pageant and any other beauty pageant that has been held in UHAS, especially Miss UHAS, is of relevance to UHAS students?
Okay, I wouldn't say it's irrelevant. It's not. It's not irrelevant. It's actually relevant.
In terms of what?
Okay, so it's not all of us that are interested in school. Some have other interests outside school. That's becoming models and all those things. So that creates
So why do they not
a
go
platform.
to the modeling school? So why don't they go to the modeling school? Why go through the 4 years stressing you have, and maybe with a pageant held, and then you expect them to be winning and say they are creating a platform? Why not just go to a fashion school, a modeling agency to learn something right after a senior high school, even the junior high school?
Okay, some people actually want to have actual jobs, like as in a professional job, something that they can rely on for something that they can boast about. You understand? So like that is actually more or less like a side hustle, something that they do aside their professional.
And I'm saying that what I'm
jobs.
trying to make you understand here is that Miss You has, I'm saying that Miss You has is not, I'm saying that Miss You has is not important to the UHAS student or the lady on UHAS campus. Looking at everything that we go through currently, we are doing vocational training. We don't see them doing any particular project after the whole beauty pageant. We don't see them solving any problem on campus. It's just after Miss You has, that is it. Yeah, they get a particular crown somewhere, they put it in their rooms. Maybe they get prizes and then that's it. That's what I'm saying, that I don't see the relevance. We don't see the relevance. Don't you think we should scrap it up and use that money to fund an SRC project? Don't you think we can get them? We can use the money to do other things.
Okay, no, I don't think like that because me, I actually see some people go out to do outreach, like the previous, not this one. I think those that's the one way level 100. They actually went out to reach out, but those who did when we were in level 200, I heard they had some issues with the then administration. So that was probably why they didn't really work, or like they didn't really do anything after the program.
Okay, all right, thank you. That will be all for my side. I believe that the other panelists would, if they have any other question for you. Honorable Daniel, please, if you can.
Okay. Thank you. Madam Christina, is that right?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, please, I just have some 3 questions for you, and I think I'll be good with it. The first question: have you recently lost an election?
Have I recently lost an AS?
Yeah, and which position was that?
Vice president for my department.
Vice president for your department?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, did you identify any reason where your department, like any reason your department members, as in the students in your department, rejected you for that position?
Okay, so
Did
I
you
wouldn't.
assess yourself for that?
Yes, I wouldn't really say reject. Just that the other person had more votes, and yes, the person knew more people and had more influence than I did.
So you didn't see anything at all, as in personal stuffs concerning those people, like your personal issues in terms of probably the way you carry yourself on campus, how you mingle with people or the likes. You didn't see anything of such to be a disadvantage on your side?
No, please.
No, okay. I learned you don't mostly have this kind of personal relationship, as in you don't mingle yourself within people. Even you will find it difficult to greet people, those kind of things. If that's true, then I want to ask, if you are being given the mandate, how can you probably, as a WOCOM, even approach or carry out your mandate if you don't even look, if you don't even put yourself into other shoes to, have those kind of conversations with them to even know what they are going through? How are you going to do your work?
Okay, so in the first place, I actually mingle with people. I actually do. Yes. So I'm very good at approaching people. Yes, I can really talk freely and fluently with people. That's so I can actually approach people, ask them their comments and all that.
Okay, so my second question, you use the constitution, as in where your mandate is, like where you can find your mandate in the constitution to answer this question for me. Let's say we have the federal WOCOM in Ho. I hope you get
Yes.
me. And here's the case that you are now coming in as a provincial WOCOM for who, right?
Yes.
So why do you think there should be a position like provincial WOCOM for whole campus? Why? Because if the federal is also in who, why do you think there should also be a provincial WOCOM for who?
Okay. So, in as much as the federal WOCOM always comes from who, doesn't
Please,
mean that it
uh,
cannot come from.
please, no, where your mandate is, so you should try and push your.
Um, as in, sorry, please say the whole thing again.
Good. It's like I'm indirectly asking you that what is your mandate based on the constitution?
Yes. Okay. So in the
So,
constitution, eh, like in the constitution, looking at article, let's say 88, there's a place that states that there shall be a provincial WOCOM from both campuses. That's the whole, and then the provincial, the Hokoi campus. So, like, since the constitution is stating that there's a need for a provincial WOCOM from both campuses, I think it doesn't really matter. If even if the federal is from who, there can still be a provincial WOCOM from who.
you still didn't answer me. Like, I'm just trying to figure out your core mandate, as in what you are supposed to do as a whole provincial WOCOM.
Okay, so that's to assist the federal WOCOM. That's my core mandate. To assist the federal
In
WOCOM
terms of what?
to assist the federal WOCOM in performing her duties.
No, okay. Okay, my last question. Which in your CV, under your skills, special skills, and other hobbies, which among these skills do you think is appropriate for the position you are going in for?
Reading and then solving puzzles and riddles.
Good. So, how will you? How does solving puzzles and riddles come in play when you are carrying out your duty as a whole provincial WOCOM?
Okay, so even as one of the responsibilities of the provincial WOCOM, like you're supposed to help solve problems, help with or assist in the solving of problems relating to females. And riddle solving and puzzle solving is more or less about problem solving. You have the problem and you need to work your brains to solve them.
Okay, honorable panel members, I think I'm done.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Honorable Tanton. Sorry.
Yeah.
Honorable
Yes,
Tanton.
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So yeah. Good evening, Christiana. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine. By God's grace. So,
You're fine. I don't. My panel members have actually exhausted most of the questions I wanted to ask, so you wouldn't have a lot from me. But then I wanted to ask you that. You see, looking at one of your policies, that is policy number 5, the Lady I'm Becoming project, that this will be weekly tips given to ladies to educate them on common mistakes done as women, that is manners and etiquette, sexual health, relationships, ladies, blah, blah, blah. I keep asking every federal WOCOM or any person trying to take a WOCOM position that, don't you think the status quo should be changed at the moment, that these things are also necessary for males, not just females? What is your take on it?
yeah, of course, like males actually need them too. That's true. It's very true.
It's very true. So don't you think that right now as schools like KNUST are shifting to now make the WOCOM, instead of just women's commission, a gender commission, don't you think it's something we should also incorporate in UHAS? Aston, I'm trying to say that WOCOM is actually losing its relevance.
Oh, I wouldn't say it's losing its relevance, because even if it's changed to a gender commission or something, it will still include women.
So I'm asking this because every policy I keep seeing about gender is always female biased. Don't you think so?
That's because we are supposed to work on women. So our policies are geared towards that side.
Yeah, just towards that side. But like I'm saying, don't you think that it will be much more effective if it is actually geared towards male, both genders, not just female gender?
Yeah, that's actually true.
That's actually true. Okay, that's right. So I actually like your composure, and you have a very nice smile too.
Thank you.
And you are doing well. And doing well. So I really don't have. Yeah, she has a very nice smile. And then final question. I think I just remembered. Final question. So how I want to frame it well. How have you seen, like, how would you rate the relevance of the current WOCOM administration? Like, how has she performed?
How will I rate the relevance
Yes.
of the current WOCOM administration?
Yes. Do you think she has actually shown or proven the worth of the Women's Commission?
Yes, I would say yes.
You'd say yes. So what would you rate her?
How will I rate her on a scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10. 1 to 10.
Are you saying as in the WOCOM as an office or the
Federal WOCOM?
Okay, federal WOCOM. Like between 7 and 8.
Karen, is it?
Between 7 and 8.
So the last two that is there, what is it for?
Just a bit.
The last two that you didn't give her, what?
Some things on her policy she didn't really do.
Tackle.
Yeah.
And then okay. I don't want to stress you on that. So I said I'll ask just a question, but then my final question. I'm actually supposed to test your knowledge on UHAS issues, current affairs in terms of UHAS. Are you abreast with the problems the federal WOCOM or the WOCOM as a commission experience in this current administration? Are you abreast with it? Like the major problems they face?
Not really.
Am I safe to say that you are not really? Are you sure you're interested in this position? Because I feel like if you want to assume an office in a certain commission, is it not appropriate to identify lapses that the current administration has gotten that to now help address? Or
Okay, like actually, when you ask, all they will tell you is funding. Is normally related to funding. Virtually every time it's funding.
Come again?
I said normally when you ask is always related to funding.
So I mean, I asked about it. So I felt like you should, bro. Sorry about that. I asked about it, so I felt like you should have just.
Yeah.
But then that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I'll do it. Thank you. Yeah, my panel members will.
Thank you, Honorable Tansin. Honorable Tansin. Honorable Jare, I remember you mentioning that you had questions pertaining to the Constitution.
Yes, Honorable Sam Joseph took over.
Yes, but
So,
do you have any
Sam Joseph
last
took over.
question? Yes, but do you have any last questions?
No, please.
All right.
The corrections have been made, so no, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Yes. So before I hand over to the please Any other person with any last questions? Anything at all, please. All right. Honorable Chair, please, you can take over now.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, sure.
Yes. Please, Christina, just one last question. Do you believe in your policies? Do you believe in them?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, in the instance where you are unable to fulfill any of the things listed in your policy, do you think that should be considered as a room to remove you from office? Yes or no?
I would say no, because I'll be able to
Give me just one sentence because you'll be able to do them. Okay, sure. Thank you. Honorable Spence, I think I take over now.
Yes, honorable. Thank you so much. The chair, over to you.
One for coming and also for spending time with us. Also, thank you, Christiana, for coming. I know it's been tough, but this is how the it's supposed to be rigorous so that we pick only the best for the position. So the scores will be collated and will be made aware of how far we did in the vetting. So we'll keep you posted and whatever it is, we'll let you know. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for coming, and I hope to hear from you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Christiana.
Yes, please.
Do you have any words for us before you have?
I'd say thank you for your time. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Oh, okay. You're welcome.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
So, Elena, I hope the recording will be made available for USBC so that we try and go with it.
Okay, all right.
Is our meeting?
Yes, sir. You can.